So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about your dreams. Yes, I want to talk to you on the subject of dare to dream. I want you to think back to the dreams you had as a child, the dreams you had growing up. Think about those dreams right now. I know for some of us that might be hard to think back that far, but I really want you to think back when you were 5, 6, 7 years old. What did you dream about? What did you want to be? Now I want to ask you a really serious question. What happened to that dream? Are you living your dream? God, I hope so. How amazing and awesome would it be if you were living your childhood dream? But let's be honest, most of us aren't living our childhood dreams. But are you at least working on it? Are you working on your dream? Because if you're not working on your dream, your childhood dream, that dream that you wanted so badly, how come? Are you too old? Is it too much going on? You have a family, you have a job. What's stopping you from daring to dream, from getting back to that childhood dream? I mean, I remember when I was a kid watching Motown 25. Anybody remember that? Motown 25? The year was 1983. So I'm going to age myself. The year was 1983, and it was the first time Michael Jackson performed Billie Jean, and most of you might remember broke out that infamous moonwalk. What a moment that was. I mean, the crowd was going crazy. It was such a great time, such a great feeling. I can't imagine how good that must have felt. I must have watched that thing over and over, probably 100 times or more, just capturing, just taking in that moment and that experience and that time of history. And I remember growing up with a dream to be on stage and move the crowd like Michael did. Now, it might not have been a dream to be a singer because I never really could sing, and it might not have been a dream to do the moonwalk, although I did like to dance, and I had the moonwalk down pretty good when I was a kid, I have to say. But I had a dream to encourage, to inspire, impact the lives of others. A dream that I believe God gave me because I was way too shy to give it to myself. I mean, I had a dream. Has anybody ever had a dream? But how many of you know the road to dreams isn't an easy one? It's not as easy as it seems to reach your dreams. It's hard. It's hard to face your fears. It's hard to step out on faith. It's hard to be what you need to be in order to achieve the dream. It's hard. I mean, it's even painful at times, which is why most people, they never achieve their dreams and they give up and forget about them. Tony Robbins said something like this. He said, people will do more to avoid pain than they will do to gain pleasure. People will do more to avoid pain than they'll do to gain pleasure, the dreams and the desires. Think about that. Our body is biologically programmed to avoid pain. So we will do whatever it takes to avoid it. Even if that means running away from your dreams. Because if the dream takes some work and some discipline and some pain involved, then we would rather run away from that pain than to run towards our dream. The need to avoid pain becomes greater, a greater motivator than the need to obtain pleasure. And if we're not careful, this need to avoid pain, it will cause us to run in the opposite direction of our dream. And for some, that can mean running to drugs, running to alcohol, running to a man or a woman, a person, running to food. We run into all kinds of things, running away from our dreams. But shouldn't we be running towards the dream and not associating with the things that keep us from the dreams? Even if it's painful, Shouldn't the pleasure and the desire for the dream outweigh the pain of the things that we have to go through? It's not that easy, is it? And the longer we indulge in these other things, the further and further and further we get from our dreams. And that's what happened to me. Most of you know the story. There was a time in my life where I found myself living in a bad place, doing some bad things, got myself involved with the wrong people. And at one point, I found myself living in a drug house. Basically, it was a crack house, if you will. It was a place where you had to keep your money, your wallet, your possessions on you while you slept. And I quickly learned that the back pocket wasn't good enough because people would go in your back pocket while you were sleeping and take out your wallet, take anything out of your pockets. So I learned the hard way. I had to wear shorts under my pants and put my wallet in the front pocket of the shorts so no one could reach in my pocket while I was sleeping and steal it from me. That's the environment that I had put myself in because I had given up on my dreams. And I'm wondering today, how many people have found themselves in the wrong place because they gave up on their dreams? How many people have found themselves in the wrong places because they gave up on their childhood God-given dream? I had a dream. And after going through hell and back for over 10 years, I decided it was time to change some things in my life. Les Brown said there is nothing more powerful than a changed mind. I mean, with the help of God, I changed my mind and my life. And because of that, I feel able to speak to you today about your dreams. So let me ask you a question. Are you ready to change some things in your life today? If so, I want you to raise your hand. Wherever you are, I don't care if you're driving, if you're walking, if you're jogging, if you're ready to make a change today, I want you to raise your hand wherever you are and say amen. If that's you, then I want you to do something. If you're able to, I want you to write this down. Stop focusing on the need to avoid pain and start focusing on the need to obtain pleasure. Too many people are focusing on the pain instead of the pleasure. And we're being driven by our pains. We're making decisions because of the pains in our life. We don't want to go through pain, so we're doing whatever we can to avoid the pain, and we're running further and further away from the pleasure, the desire, the dreams, the goals. Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. They say, whatever you plant grows, they say. So if you're planting a lot of painful thoughts and fearful thoughts, then that's what's coming out. That's what's growing. We got to stop focusing on the pains and the fears and start focusing on the pleasures and the desires. Whatever you focus on, it grows. Maybe it's just me, but when I focus on the pains instead of the pleasures, it seems like more pain comes my way. Anybody ever experienced that? And then everything starts to become painful. The job starts to become painful. Driving to the job starts to become painful. The kids start to become painful. Even getting up in the morning starts to become painful. And if we're not careful, our pain will then become an excuse not to reach for your goals, an excuse not to chase after your dreams, an excuse not to focus on the pleasures and what we want, but just focus on avoiding pain and getting through the day. If we're not careful, our pain will become our excuses, our excuse to think it's not possible, our excuse to say it's not necessary, our excuse to think it's not me, our excuse to say it's too hard, our excuse to think it's not worth it, our excuse to say it can't be done, our excuse to give up on our dream. We must stop focusing on the pain and start focusing on the pleasure. oh, this is what I did to develop a great discipline of going to the gym. I used to go to the gym, and let's be honest, you might like going to the gym, but most people don't like going to the gym. Why? Because it's painful. And our body's going, no, no, no. I don't want to go through that pain of lifting 150, 200, whatever it is, pounds. I don't want to do that. I mean, it's painful. I remember something I discovered when I first started going to the gym. I was trying to make a protein shake because I read somewhere or heard somewhere that you need to drink a protein shake after you go to the gym, right? So that it can help with muscle growth or something. So I developed this idea for a great smoothie. What I did was I got frozen strawberries and bananas. You should try this. Frozen strawberries and bananas. You can also add some spinach, some kale if you want, some vanilla protein powder, and apple juice. Now, you should probably get the apple juice. It doesn't have a lot of sugar. Yeah. Or maybe use half apple juice, half water. But the key ingredients was the frozen strawberries, bananas, vanilla protein powder, and some apple juice. Man, it was the best smoothie I had ever tasted. It was so good. And it got to the point where every morning I would wake up and I would look forward to that smoothie. When I was at the gym, I was like so excited to finish and go home and drink that smoothie. And then there was those days where I woke up and I did not feel like going to the gym. You know, maybe I'd stayed up too late or woke up on the wrong side of the bed or what have you. And I was like, I'm just going to skip the gym today. And then I would go into the kitchen and get ready to make my smoothie. But then something in me said, no, you didn't go to the gym. And so I decided, if I don't go to the gym, I don't get the smoothie. Now I've associated the gym with the pleasure of a smoothie. You see where I'm going? Now the gym becomes less painful because every day I can't wait to go to the gym and go through whatever I have to go through to get to the pleasurable smoothie. I'm telling you, this is a key to breakthrough. This is a key to changing bad habits. This is a key to starting new habits. This is a key to going towards your goals, your dreams, your desires. It's find a pleasurable thing to associate with whatever you got to do to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. For me, it was a smoothie. What could it be for you? What's something pleasurable you could associate, you could anchor into whatever you got to go through that you don't maybe want to go through in order to get through the other side to where the dreams, the desires, the goals are. When we start focusing on pleasures like reaching our dreams, the pain seems to fade away. It's interesting. The more I focused on the smoothie, the more the pain of the gym kind of just faded away. And this is how you overcome addiction. This is how you beat the odds. This is how you break bad habits. Like I said, this is how you change some things in your life. This is how dreams come true. This is how I went from living in a crack house to speaking to you today on a podcast. This is how. When I started focusing on the need to obtain pleasure instead of the need to avoid pain, I began to dream again. And I remember my childhood dream of being on stage and entertaining people, encouraging and impacting people's life, inspiring others. And I'm here today to tell you, dreams do come true. You may have given up on your dreams, but God's dreams haven't given up on you. I'm here to tell you, dreams do come true. It's time to dream again. I dare you. I double dog dare you to dream again. So that's what I have for you today. If you like this episode, please share it with someone. And again, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. As always, I appreciate each of you, and I hope you have an amazing day.